back out of the woodwork, making this week really a triumphant week for me. I really have felt completely welcomed back to Twitch, and now that I'm keeping another schedule again, man, this is great. This feels great to see all you guys again on a regular basis. It feels great to have so many different people stopping by to say what's up. It's been damn near a troll-free week, and pretty much our only real troll was Smackjaw. So fuck, that's great, right? Like that's when your friend's trolling you, at least that's your friend trolling you. So got a bunch of shit done, and when we've got free of that second place, and that's awesome because when we first moved here, we still had 4 months left on our lease at the old place, and so we had to straight maintain that, pay that lease, clean the place, deal with it, turn shit on and off. Man, we like kept our dogs there for a minute just because it was like didn't want to put them in the new place and let them start wrecking shit. So I was like, all right, keep them over there for a bit, you know what I mean? And like just let them poop in that yard and let them destroy that place, and then we'll compute. But we brought everything across, and now we're clear of that place. We don't have to pay for that place. That place is done. The lease is done. Place is gone. And it's like, oh, it's such a huge load off. It's awesome. And it's really freed me up to begin doing so much cool musical stuff. And man, I'm like freaking out about all the cool musical stuff we got coming up. And that brings me to the point, which is Musical Mondays. Musical Monday afternoons. On Monday afternoons, I'm going to just put up music is what I'm streaming, and we're going to hop into Reason. We're going to hop into SoundForge. We're going to get on the mic. We're going to do some shit to some music, and we're going to play with it. And you guys are going to be able to interact with that, say, oh, I want this, or put Haze in there, or whatever, you know. But we're going to do some live music making. It's an idea that's kind of washed around a little bit. It's been had before and never really came to. So we're going to give it a shot on Monday and see what happens with that, Gas Squad. On to Rocket League. Rocket League is nuts. It's just nuts. All you guys know it's fucking nuts. All you guys have seen the game. All you guys have seen how it plays and just the speed of it and the ridiculous, the luck and the tragedy. Oh, great game. Great game. This game's already been to ESL. And it's already been played through some tournaments. There's already like a tournament champion and shit. So this game's like on its way to being one of the most popular games. I'd say it's at the very least, if it doesn't become one of the long mainstays, it's going to be up there with the big guys, with the LoL, with the Smite, with the Hearthstone for a minute. We're not going to see this one go away anytime soon. I'm really stoked about it too because it's an extremely fun game. It's clean, it's smooth, it's got a working social system, the physics rock, the gameplay rocks, the VoIP in the game works really well. You can join up with your buddies, and we know that's broken on everything, right? The player base actually seems to be pretty good. Most of my games, even the games where I've really just trounced people, have been salt free for the most part. I mean, there's a little salt here and there, but it's mostly on my end, you know, because I'm the one who gets so salty when I lose and so happy when I win, you know, but that's on me. But for the most part, I haven't had problems with anybody in the VoIP, like screaming or yelling or acting like assholes. I think the worst we got was someone messed around with the D-pad a little bit to sort of repeat, to spam like text commands. But, dude, the player base so far seems really cool. There doesn't really seem to be any room at this point for like hacking or like modifying. But now that I say that, now I regret saying that. Let me take that one back and let's pretend I never even said it. It's a full release game as well, which means that it's already been through its beta. It's already gotten through the bugs. The basic game, well, it works. It works. And once you get into a match, you just play through match, play through match, play through match. It's pretty nonstop. It's intense. It's awesome. And I'm really happy that this game is turning out as well as it has. If you want to see some of what I consider to be some cool highlights, go check out my YouTube at youtube.com/the Gattington. I got some of the gameplay from Rocket League in an extremely high quality captured on the AverMedia card, and I put basically just goal after goal after goal after goal, and it's I think it's fun footage. You guys might think it's not quite as fun. It's pretty self-serving footage, but it goes to show just how much scoring a person does. This is my second day in the game, so it goes to show that even a noob plays a lot, scores a lot, and gets a lot of action in this game, and doesn't spend the game kind of, sitting around waiting for something to come their way, but rather gets to actively chase that action. Um, Speaking of chasing the action, oh fuck, what's up, Smiley? Project Cars, guys. Project Cars is fucking gorgeous. I mean, I got just a little bit of test footage up here. This is just one of the replays from a race I did in the GT3, and man, the smoothness, the frames, the lighting, the maps, the backgrounds. Like when we went over to Sonoma Park, which apparently Sonoma Park Raceway is the old Sears Point or Infineon, or I think it even had another word, Gremlin or some bullshit like that. But it's been renamed so many things over the years. Anyway, we go over there and we start, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I know this freaking track. And when you're coming down around the back of the hill, you look down and you see the mountains, and it's the mountain range. I mean, it looks like you could just drive over into it, and that's pretty remarkable for a racing game. Most racing games kind of give the backgrounds and all that sort of an afterthought. Yeah, there's backgrounds there. It's a picture way over there that you can see. And I feel like I'm going against my bitter vet nature, hyping all these games so much, because I'm just, how can all these new releases be good? We've had so many bad releases for a long time, or pre-releases for a long time. Pre-releases, that's the problem. That premature issue in the gaming community is really, really causing problems. But I'm actually considering getting an Italia 458 steering wheel for this game, for Project Cars, because it's so good, and because I've been using my Xbox 360 controller, which works just fine, except for it doesn't have the sensitivity you need to really get that slow turn in and that smooth power in and power out, or a break in and power out on the apexes. This game, Project Cars, has come such a far way with the sim genre that at this point I feel the wheel is not just like would be an advantage, but is almost necessary to get the proper performance out of this game. So that's how good I like this game. Is I'm looking at buying a $250 piece of equipment just to support this game, because it freaking rocks, you know? I really can't say anything bad about this game so far. Nothing about it has frustrated me. It's been, because of the level of simulation, it's nothing but mature players who are into drafting and streaming and clean passes, you know, and it's just like, yeah, it's another level. And also, most of the people I see who play it, when you see them stream, or if you go onto YouTube and check out some of the videos of the people who play it, they got rigs. I mean, they got a steering wheel with pedals and 3 monitors across the front and the shifter, and they're all set up with their G27 kit. And I mean, they really, people go all out. Track IR or Oculus even. My buddy Moik, he streams on Hitbox and he does Oculus, and he likes to do Elite and racing game. Let's talk about the cat lady for a second, guys. This was awful. This was just like, dude, this fucking failed last Fearless Friday, because this was such a weak ass game. This game was just, it was depressing. It made us confront, I guess, fears or maybe resentment about institutionalization. It was boring. Did I say it was boring? Did I mention it was boring? Because it was pretty fucking boring, and it moved really slow. The lady was annoying. Our main ally was this drugged out chick who wanted us to get her special drugs from the drug plane. It was not a game we made it very far in, and it was not a game that made much sense. And I tried to go back into it, but it didn't save the game. So all of that shit that we did, that 4 hours or whatever that we spent wandering around the mental institution, gone. So let's talk about Minimum. Fuck that game. Let's talk about Minimum. Comical Dan, thank you so very, 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 very much for donating Minimum. He came in here, oh shit, what was it, last night or the night before, and he came in and he was like, yeah, what you doing, man? I was like, oh, just chilling. Oh, I forgot. I meant to give you this. Okay, cool. Bam. Throws it at me. We ended up playing damn near a whole stream of Minimum, which is a really cool game. It's a shooter. It's sort of, you know, it's a turn-based shooter. So it's sort of Robocraftian in that you go into the whole map together. Everybody spawns at the different sides, and then you go in and you handle the battle. While you're in the field, you craft your armor and upgrade it depending on how much shit you can collect while on the field. So that's pretty cool. You craft and upgrade and load out your weapons while you're not in the game. So you go into the game, you know what your weapons are going to be, but you don't know how much armor you're going to be able to put together. So you put it together. It does look like Optimus Prime for the most part whenever you get your armor together. But this is a really cool game. you have a bunch of different weapons and you run at each other, and then you have these titans. There's one of them just walking by there. You can see they're these huge robots, and they go into the middle, and they have an RNG battle where they like, you know, do damage to each other and everything, and you can take part in that. You can be shooting at the enemy titan, or you can see the sword I'm carrying there. I can use that to chop off their legs and shit, and so you can take part in this act. Oh, here we go. Here comes the titan battle. You can take part in that shit and make the difference. Once one of the titans drop, your titan just cruises on through and keeps on fucking up shit. Now they're going to be shooting at him too, but you know, the nature of the game is pretty simple, but the gameplay comes down to very fast pace, high stakes. You always feel like you're making a difference in what's going on kind of gameplay, mostly because one person can be very powerful, but if you work as a team, obviously you're gonna overcome. I think the biggest strength of this game is that it will run well on pretty much anything. That's why they called it minimum. The textures are minimal, the look is minimal, the physics are minimal, you know, the edges are minimal. They didn't waste time with dolling it up. What they spent all their time on was gameplay, action, physics, hitboxes, contact. I mean, they really worked on the combat system and said, okay, we only have so much money. I imagine this was the decision, or maybe this was just the game they were going for. Whichever it was, conscious decision or not, this is a beautiful game. It looks great, even though it has a very simplistic style. And it plays even better. I really like this game. Once again, thank you so much, Comical Dan, for donating this game and getting me hooked up. Next, we hopped back into Terra. We went back to Terra, man. I haven't been on that game in over a year. I think maybe even over 2 years. And when I stopped playing it mostly just because there was a lot of grind involved in the game. And for the level that I was at, I just couldn't see myself continuing. But man, this game is still freaking gorgeous. I mean, really pretty. Like, distractingly pretty. I mean, everybody in it is a supermodel with gigantic boobs and an ass that just won't quit. And they're wearing lingerie. And it's just... I find myself asking, why do the little girls have badonkadonks and lingerie on? But I don't stop looking at it. It doesn't stop me from just standing there and, oh, nice. What? What is that? Did a Victoria's Secret model just go riding by on a motherfucking lion? Is that what I was just seeing? I think that's what I was. So, I've liked this game, and it does make me think, what am I doing? But I don't stop. I don't stop because I love it. I love it. It's a sick, carnal, twisted, dark urge deep down from within my nethers, and it's disgusting, but I can't get enough of it. You know what I mean? And it just feels so... Wait. No. Terra. Fuck. Anyway, this game's really pretty. I mean, look at this shit, right? The girls are gorgeous. Anyway, I never reached through the maze of grind in order to get any further into this game than level 20. And last night playing, I spent most of the time just staring at the girls. And once again, I got 2 levels out of all my time in the game. And so, you know, I'm not entirely sure how to feel about it. But I did see a lot of skin. I mean, Terra and I think we're more than friends. But it's kind of complicated. You know, it's not serious. I'll put it that way, okay? I'll put it that way. And I mean, I think that's about as good of a label as I can put on it. Let's move on. I'm going to TwitchCon, guys. Going to TwitchCon 2015. That's coming up in September. We got a while yet, but I am fundraising for it, so check me out. Thank you so much to D Perk. D Perk is our first major donator towards the TwitchCon Expo. He came in here and donated $50 the other night and made me lose my shit. Threw me off my game. I lost all the matches. He was like, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to fuck you up like that. And I was like, nah, man. Money. So, hell yeah. Thank you so much, D Perk. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's going to go a long way to buying Gold Glove a beer to apologize about the time that I told him to suck my nuts and fuck off. Hopefully, he'll be understanding about the situation. So, all right, guys, that's what I got for the week in review. Let's move on to Fearful Fridays and some Alien Isolation. It's been a while since we played this game, so let's see if we can get some new scares out of that highly advanced alien AI. Let's do some gaming.